My name's Lorraine. Welcome to Crafty Therapy by Elle. Today I am making a fall wreath. It's an order for my Etsy shop, which is craftytherapybyelle.etsy.com, and I figured I would make a video to show you how I do the poof and curl method. So if you go back on my page, I have lots of different videos on cutting ribbon, making bows, making different types of wreaths. So what I'm going to be using is this 21-inch deco mesh. I believe this was from Joann's a couple of years ago. I have a wreath frame from Hobby Lobby from their fall section. I'm working on my self-healing mat. If you don't have one of these, you'll want to get one of these so that you can use your rotary blade to cut your mesh. I have all of this listed in my links down below. You can get them all on Amazon. I have a few different 10-inch rolls of deco mesh that I'll be adding into the curls. I'm not sure which ones I'm going to use yet. I know I'll definitely be using these and probably finishing up this roll. So I have a little bit left on some of the rolls, so I want to use them all up and get them out of the house. Happy Halloween. Today is Halloween. I hope you have your candy ready. Luckily I went to Costco last night. I was going to go this morning. They had almost no candy left. They had maybe, I would say probably 15 bags of the chocolate candy that we usually buy. So I'm glad me and my son ran there last night. So I also have a sharp pair of wire cutters and a sharp scissor. So I'm going to put those to the side. First we're going to prop up all of our ties to make sure we have ties. The problem with using the local store wreath frames is unfortunately it comes with an odd number of ties. When I make my own, generally I do make my own wreath frames, I put an even number on, so when you go to put your ribbons on, you're going to have a set that's next to each other that's the same. Not a big deal, I just work around it by placing a bow, which is what this wreath has. So I'm also making sure that there's 2 ties. Every once in a while, you will get a wreath frame that only has one of the ties, so then you have to add either a zip tie or a pipe cleaner. All right, let's check how many we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that's interesting. It's usually 7 on the inside, but look how closely they put those 2 together. That's almost useless. That's all right. Let's check the outside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See, there we have an odd number. Okay. So now this is a new roll. I'm going to take my edge and I'm just going to gather it up, leaving about 2 inches on the end. And I prefer to work on the outside first. So I'm adding it right to an outside tie, and I'm tying it in nice and tight. And I'm going to use a zip tie just to make sure it doesn't come loose. Let me just get rid of these extra long strands. So this needs to be a big wreath. It has a big sign that's going to be going in the middle. I feel like I need a little more space here. So what I'm doing is I'm using my self-healing mat that has the ruler, and I'm going to be measuring out 10 inches. And I'm going to my next pipe cleaner, zip tie, not zip tie or pipe cleaner, twist tie. I usually use pipe cleaners, so I'm used to saying that. Tie it in, 10 inches, opening it up, adding it in, and giving it one good twist. And then I go ahead and I spread out my poof. So I'll be doing 10 inches all the way around. and then I'm going to be moving inside. So it's been a very busy week here between orders going out in Etsy, and I have one of my largest craft shows. It's the St. Anthony's High School Holiday Fair on Saturday, and it draws a very large crowd. So I've been in design mode for the past couple of days. I've got a few more wreaths that I want to make. I did a whole bunch of beautiful signs yesterday, and I posted them on my page, and a bunch of them already sold, so I need to go ahead and make a few more of those, because if they're popular and we haven't even had the show yet, I want to bring a bunch more. But my Etsy shop is full of Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, winter, every day. I also have a bunch of wood items that my son makes in our shop. He does Christmas card holders, mark it up cups, so you mark your cups, which is great for the holidays coming up. You mark your cup, your solo cup, so you don't mix them up with someone else with your name. Those are great gifts. We sell a lot of those. Some signs. So if you're interested in taking a look, craftytherapybyl.etsy.com. Okay, so I've come to the tie that I've started with. So I'm going to add one in there. Now I'm going to jump up to the closest one, and that's why I specifically chose this one to start, because it's right here. So I'm going to gather it up. I'm going to add this to the tie, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do 9 on the inside, all the way around. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. I will go back and answer questions. I get notifications. If you find this video helpful, please subscribe. I try to put out a couple of videos a week. Oftentimes it's bows using my Easy Bow Maker. I sell a lot of bows in my shop. But I also have really the basics. How to cut ribbon, how to cut mesh. This is that weird, that are very close. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. That's probably where my bow is going to go. Just spreading them out as you go along. This is called the Poof method. I've been a wreath maker for a little over 6 years. I'm a registered nurse by trade. I took some time off to raise my kids. And I saw something online 6-7 years ago, and I said, oh, I can make that. And it was going to be a gift for my son's teacher, and once I posted it online, it was a witch hat. My friends and family said, oh, could you make me one? Can you make me one? And it kind of just blossomed from there. Opened my Etsy shop. I believe it was 2019. Oh, I got the wrong ties here. I used the... Okay. So this is the last tie. I'm going to add it in where I started. And now I'm going to cut this off, leaving about 2 to 3 inches. I will save that. I have about that much. I can use this on another wreath, combine it with another roll, or do a different technique. I actually used partial rolls on my last video, showing you how to use them up, because what I have there would not be enough to do the inside and outside of another wreath. So take a look at that, so you don't have lots of rolls of ribbon laying around the house. So I'm taking another zip tie and I'm just going to secure that. That way nothing is falling off my wreaths. And fluff that out. So there we have it. Isn't that pretty? Pretty deep already. Very pretty colors. And it's already measuring probably about 23 inches. It's already off my board. Okay, so I'm going to put that aside. Now I'm going to pull in some of these colors. I already have one from last time. I must have cut an extra. So I'm going to unravel it, and to save me time, I'm going to stack them up. And I could do that because I'm going to be using a very sharp rotary cutter. Okay, so I'm going to be cutting these. This is these are all fairly thick deco mesh. Some of them that are very soft, you have to cut them maybe 10 or 12 inches. This is a pretty thick one, so it's going to give a nice roll, and you don't have to use that much. So I'm cutting these at 8 inches. So 8/16. If I had my 24-inch mat, I would have been able to do a third cut, but this is my shorter one, so you just move it. I'm only going to get a couple of cuts off of this. And I'm using things to brace it down because you see how it's trying to curl back. So sometimes I use my phone. I have this little block from Easter. It usually works pretty well. Let's see. 1, 2. I'm going to do 8, 16. And then I will take this off. I probably can get a little roll out of this. Make sure you take the staples out. Okay. This, I think I'm only going to get one. Let's just do one on this one because I do have other gold if I need it. So 2 rolls out of my stash now. Gone, used. I love that. Okay, let me see how many I'm going to need. Let's bring this back up. So you can see it's already curled. I'm just doing a very gentle curl. I'm pinching the middle, and I'm going to add it to a twist tie. Now I'm just going to rotate my colors. I'm actually going to start on the inside because I want to use up that red evenly. So twist it in once or twice. Roll it, pinch, and add it in. So just little pops of color throughout the wreath is pretty. These curls also give the ribbons a place to lay and really props them up. If I didn't put these in, I feel like they sink too far down. So let's come in with the yellow. I'm skipping that one. It's really too close to that one. My bow is going to be over there. So rolling it, pinching it, and adding it in. Just alternating my colors. You can do it all one color. This is how I did it on the original wreath, and I want to keep it as close as I can for the customer that bought the wreath. Beautiful colors for Thanksgiving. Next one is the gold. Nope. Let's see, if I put the gold, it's going to be next to that one. So let's put the green. This is a little short, so that's why I opened it once. All right, so let's go ahead, and I have 2 pieces of the red left, so I'm going to spread that out on the base, the bottom. So I'm going to put one here to kind of offset this one. And, okay, so this one has the green, this one's going to have the gold. Once I get the ribbons on, this will probably be about 28 inches in total. It's going to be a pretty big wreath. So I'm saving that red for somewhere over here. This one's going to be a little bit longer than the others, which is fine. Let me know where you're watching from, if this is your first time. If you're a follower, thank you for coming back. I would love for you to share this video with the wreath making community. This is how I learned when I was a newbie watching videos. We have a perfect amount. And everybody does it a little different, and that's okay. Learn that over the years. You're going to develop your own style, your own way to use the materials. You're going to find what you like and what you don't like by trial and error. There's no wrong. If you don't like it, you just take it off and do it again. There we go. So lots of colors, beautiful colors throughout, alternating. It's already nice and deep. So now I'm going to go ahead off camera and gather all of my ribbons, and maybe I'll come back and do a second video and I will cut them, show you how I measure them, quick and easy, and then I'll show you how I put it on. If this is helpful, please subscribe to my channel, share the video. If you have any needs for bows, wreaths of all seasons or every day, please check out my Etsy shop. I also have mystery bow boxes and a few supplies available as far as ribbons. Crafty Therapy by L.Etsy.com. Have a great day.